Here's another indicator we used to use pretty heavily. Let me explain it first. What you're looking at here, you're looking at 3 groups of 4. Now, this used to be, you couldn't even see the price bars. This was like, probably, if I remember right, maybe 20 groups of 4 or some amount. It was huge. Each row is a different indicator. So here's 1, here's 2, 3, 4, and so on, all the way up. And what my point was, to try to find indicators that would give you the first hint something was going to change. Put it in the center and then soften the response on out. So it ended up making like an arrow. So it's like this, like roughly like that. And on the fishtail part, similar, like that, and like that. And you see all of them are pretty much the same. They're all, looks like a little arrow going. And so the whole point of this was to find those areas that had the greatest potential for change. So right here, you had the potential for a sell, and it ended up selling. You know, I mean, you would end up doing pretty good. Here in this area, you had a potential to buy, and you could see that one there is a little bit early, but say like right here, you would have done good. And on and on. You could see here, you'd have been buying this area right there, selling in this area right there. So you get the idea there. Okay, now, like I said before, never use anything. I wouldn't use anything that I could not see the code and fully understand. So here I'm going to post this indicator and everything that goes with it on AnyVid site, earn4x.com. It'll be under the indicators section, and it'll be in indicators we use. Username Hayseed, that's me. Here's the code. And one other thing before I get into the code. The guy that invented the MAC indicator, he kind of gave it to us as 12, 26, and 9. Now, I doubt he rolled a roulette wheel and it came up on 12, 26, and 9. He probably put a lot of thought in those numbers. And if 7, 43, 16 would have worked better, he'd have probably said, hey, this is the numbers I use. So I didn't try to change any of the values. So nothing here is adjustable. Matter of fact, you don't even have, you can see I just used the, if you understand code, you can see I just used the buffer place in most of them. The topmost indicator of the first row is the 3-pole Butterworth filter. That's a lot to say. And all it's saying is if the current bar is greater than the last bar, it's a green. If it's not, it's a red. And it doesn't even say, and it should say it, probably need to change that, don't I? Should say greater than or equal to. The next one is the 3-pole super smoother filter. It's even worse. And then the next one is the 2-pole Butterworth. And the Butterworth filters, I'll tell you where I got them from. It's I got them from this guy, and I've seen him around before. MQL Soft, they're free. You can download them. And what he did, he went through and wrote indicators for John F. Ehlers, book. I guess that's right. And the book was Cybernetics Analysis for Stock and Futures. And that's where I got them from. I didn't change any of the values. You can download them from, well, there's no point downloading them now. I'm going to upload them to any vid site. Okay, now the middle row. Okay, notice here it says upper. Remember that. The middle row is just a PSAR, ALMA. If you've watched any of my videos, you know ALMA. I put some value on that. Copic curve. The Copic curve, I think, is M. Layden's version. I'll upload that too. The standard QQE, which is kind of a version of a RSI. Now, that was the middle. Lower is just the awesome indicator, the AO. RSI itself, and it's RSI 10 greater than 50, which is pretty much standard. You know, I didn't make it 46 or nothing like that. You know. TSR 20, if you watched any of the videos, you know TSR and me. And there's Igor's 89. He, for some reason, chose 89. And where are we at now? I lost track where I'm at. Okay, here we go. And if you change it to, let's just go to the day. See, it's the same principle. Here, here, and right in this area here. The little diamonds things, that's something else that has nothing to do with this. But by coincidence, the diamond, my diamonds indicator says the same thing. It says caution. That's what the orange means. See right there? Hint, something's going to change. Right here, a hint, something's going to change. Here, it puttered around for a few days, but eventually changed. Here, so I'm sure you can see. Just think of the little arrows. It's not for nothing. I mean, you're not going to be able to quit your day job over it. If I remember right, it was a while back we used it. If I remember right, we did pretty good with it. But like so many things, I'll write it, use it for a while, and I'll lose interest and, you know, move on. And the only reason I'm mentioning it now is because somebody had asked me about it, and I don't even have the version that he asked about. I'll delete stuff. Matter of fact, this right here, I'll probably delete it. I had to rewrite it tonight. I'll delete it after I finish this video. Let's see here. On the Renko charts, it works pretty much the same thing. Renko is going to be a little different, you know, but you can see. You can see, you know, right here would be cause of concern, and that area right there. Here, cause of a concern. Here, you can possibly buy again. Here, you know, should be pretty much understand it. Let's see, what else? Did I have anything else? It just about works on any. Here's a 5-minute time frame. Same thing. Same thing. Nothing changed. When you put the thing, oh, I know what I was saying. When you put the thing on, this is what it's going to look like. I had to write it twice because I messed up the first time. I had to rewrite it tonight. First thing you're going to see is, I went too fast. This is what you're going to see first. Let me do it again. Okay, on the second time, you have to apply this 3 times to do it the way I do it. Click on it, hold it down, and drag it here. And then do what I didn't do the first time. didn't show you this. Change the middle, remember the middle, to true, and it will overlay on top of this. Then drag this down again. This time choose the lower and there you go. And you have it. And let me get rid of this one here. And that's all. In the 4 line is just to separate them out, because before when I had 40 or 60 indicators, it got real difficult telling what was what. So I just laid them out in groups of 4. And then what you want to do is you're going to want to, or at least what I did, was to say right click and save a template, save template. And just, and that way you don't have to do that. Just say 101. Of course, I've already done it this evening, but you know how that goes. But anyway, I'll post this plus all the indicators that go with it on AnyVid site tonight, and you can play with it. You can see if for some reason you wanted to, maybe you have something in particular that you rather than the QQE. All you would do would just be take yours and iMac, do all that, and whatever your thing is, just remember I is greater than or equal to I plus 1 if it's along this line. But you can edit it, you can change whatever you want. There's a whole bunch of examples there, so you shouldn't have any problem. And